Welcome back to the Nick Hall Comedy Podcast. I'm Nick Hall.
What's up? Josh Griffey.
Hey.
Coolest co-host ever.
I'm going to agree with you for once. I'm going to agree with you today. We got a big week.
Yeah.
Again. We got the new Kent Murphy out today, Today, I guess it is. The lineup cards. Hope you fuckers enjoyed it. I particularly like that one. Just because Kent just got to spout off a bunch of weird lines. I don't know.
Insults and,
Plus, he drew boobies on a notebook. And
yeah, those were good boobs.
Yeah, no matter how old I get or wherever I go, it still makes me laugh when I draw boobies.
Yeah.
On paper. I don't know what it is.
That's weird because I always draw dicks, but...
I mean, even the word boobies still kind of makes me laugh.
Still does it?
Yeah. So, it's a little bit different episode than what's normal because he's not running around like a crazy asshole, but hey, it's up there.
He's still a crazy asshole. He's just a more stationary crazy
just
asshole.
Standing still. Griffey and I are going to get back to doing some sketches here pretty soon, so you're welcome for that.
Be on the lookout. We got some shoots planned this week. We're slowly conquering technology. I feel like we're slowly fighting an uphill battle.
I wanted to talk like we're gonna be so much better with the audio this week, but this is like we just record this and we go. So if I'm wrong, then I'm gonna be like, they're gonna be like, you fucking asshole.
Yeah,
no,
you fucking dicks.
It's not any better at all, Nick. Yeah. You liar.
All those fucking geniuses and buzzards commenting on our YouTube videos. It's like, sorry, you bunch of tech nerds, man. Crawl out of your mom's basement and live some life, and you'll be dumb like me and Nick. Like, come on, man. No, but I'm feeling good this week. I got the shave and the haircut. I feel like a new man. I'm actually drinking water.
I didn't want to bring that up because I'm not really sure how it's going to go over. The beard. Look, I love beards, and I'm finally starting to get to grow mine back a little bit. I get to ditch the stash for a while because we're ahead on the Kent Murphy.
Yeah.
And then you go and shave off just this glorious beard.
It was a hell of a beard.
For seemingly no reason.
You know what happened? I was sitting at a bar the other night, and I was maybe a little drunker than I should have been. And I ordered this cheeseburger, and it was a big one, right? So I had to do the, the cheeseburger commercial chew, right? So I'm shoving this huge burger in my mouth, and I start chewing, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, what's going on here? Like, my head's kind of turning a little. I'm like, oh, shit, I'm, like, eating half of my mustache. Like, this corner mustache had gotten sucked in with the burger, and I'm just gnawing hair, and I was pretty much like, you know what? That's it. But a secondary now. This is for the three ladies that maybe watch this YouTube video.
4.
4?
Yeah, there's 4.
Well, now there will be probably 8. Now they're tuning in like, who's that hot new co-host?
Who's that good-looking man?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't buy that for a fucking second.
Yeah, I'm sure all the internet commenters will you fucking suck.
Yeah.
That'll be the one thing. That's the only reason they like me is my beard.
They're going to latch on to that. Yeah. Let's be honest with ourselves. They're going to be like, wow,
fine, man.
I thought Griffey was a fucking loser before. Now he doesn't have a beard. And I'll be honest, if I were a YouTube commenter, I'd probably write that.
Well, man, like I've always told these little twink YouTube commenters, man, I stand atop the mountain alone just giving out big boots to all your faces. Bring it on anytime. Me and the 3 guys on Team Griffey, we're strong, man. We're strong. We don't care.
I've got, before we get too deep into a whole bunch of stuff, I've got a little bit of a bone to pick with our former producer, Heath Benfield.
Oh, yeah.
Heath is still a dear friend to me and to Josh, even though he's, not with the group anymore and we're struggling in technology. But then this guy goes out and starts making tweets and Facebook posts about how True Detective...
Hating on True Detective.
Is this the most overrated show of all time and that he doesn't like it and that it's this or that? If you're listening right now, Heath, and you are.
Heath, I know you're out there.
That's bullshit. True Detective is the dopest show.
The coolest. We are in the year. The Chinese calendar has just rewritten the year. It's extra months now. It's the year of the McConaughey. It's over.
It really is. McConaughey's king supreme.
You know what happened today, though? People are freaking out because they were trying to tune in to watch the finale.
Yeah.
And HBO Go is just crashing, I guess,
all
over the country. And I actually think, in internet, you can get on him for this. I think it's specifically Heath's fault. I think McConaughey read that tweet and he's like, what the hell? And he just went to like the internet button. Because see, we know technology. We know there's one button that runs the internet. And he just went ka-chink
Chink.
and shut up. He's like, that'll teach you, Heath. That'll learn you.
No, but I mean, McConaughey's awesome. And I sit there and I listen I listen to old Rust talk and his philosophies. I don't, if you watch that show and you think that it's bad, I think you're dumb.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it. I think
to me, like, the only thing I've heard some people say is for some people it seems a little slow. Like, it's really, like, it takes a while to get going, and that's fine. But, I mean, like, if you just think it's a little boring, I buy that. But I've never heard anyone, like, discredit the technical merit of the show or the top-notch acting. And to me, it's one of the best written shows I've ever seen in my life.
I agree.
The writing on the show is so phenomenal.
It's amazing.
That, I don't mind the slow burn, you know?
And Woody Harrelson, is he vegetarian or is he vegan?
In real life?
Yeah, in real life.
I mean,
I think he's one of the two, but either way, he's got to be like top 3 vegetarians or top 3 vegans, whatever. Just like
probably number 1. I don't even know any others.
As a human, yeah. Well, I don't know all of the vegetarians.
Gandhi ate what? Nothing. So he's out. I was gonna say he might have been on the list, but then he ate nothing, so that's not even.
Yeah, Gandhi's like all these people this week. They're like, I'm giving up this for Lent, and Gandhi's like, yeah, I gave up food for my whole life.
Yeah,
go. What's Lent?
For peace.
I have Lent in my pocket, asshole, because I don't eat, because there's no money in my pocket. It's just Lent.
That's whatever, man. That's a good Gandhi. What a little attention grabber, dude. I don't like the Gandhi thing. I don't buy it. But that's fine. But yeah, I mean, Woody Harrelson, his dynamic, that's why it's their third project together.
Yeah.
They started on Ed TV and then they did some surf movie together, right?
Surfer Dude.
Yeah, Surfer Bro.
I've seen it. It's a terrible movie, but there's one line in it, and I think it's Woody Harrelson that says it. This guy like gets all up in his space and he goes, "Whoa, bro, you're harshing my mellow."
But that's like Woody in real life, though, right? Doesn't he just live in Hawaii now?
It's the only good.
Stoner?
Yeah, it's the only good thing in that movie. Like that one line, and I walked around for a year just being like, "Don't harsh my mellow."
You're harshing my mellow,
and
bro.
I kind of could pass it off as my own line because nobody saw that movie.
No one saw it.
I don't even think like Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey's mothers watched it. Like,
they had better stuff.
Like,
to do.
I'm gonna pass on that one, you guys.
They had way better stuff to do. But I don't know, man. I watched the finale tonight. I thought it was pretty good. I haven't
watched the finale yet. I'm not all the way caught up. I'm only through 6 episodes.
It was satisfactory. I will say this. I was hoping for a little more explosiveness out of the ending, but I don't think that really would have been in line with what the show was. But it wrapped up really well. It paid everything off really well for me. Honestly, I think it was a great season. I enjoyed watching every second of it. Loved it.
I'm excited to see the last 2.
Yeah.
This McConaughey is on fire.
Yeah.
The dude walks out. What was it last?
Well, he won an Oscar for his least awesome role of the year.
Like, you think that was his least awesome of the year?
Well, I mean, I guess Wolf of Wall Street, that was a pretty generic, just like, hey, come be Matthew McConaughey for a couple seconds. Yeah,
like a 3-minute shot.
Well, he was great in it. But
he was awesome.
I honestly thought he was much better. Like, I think True Detective, it might be his best role to date.
Yeah, but you can't win an Oscar for that.
It's the most he's kind of had to act, like get out of like being like the cool McConaughey guy.
Yeah.
And I think I mean, between that and then Mud, he was phenomenal in.
Yeah, Mud was good.
Such a good movie.
Mud was good.
And then Dallas Buyers Club was great too. Like he's just killing it right now.
Yeah.
I think
he is.
The McConaughey is here to stay, dude. It's over.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, we should kill one of the other A-list actors and just like retire them so McConaughey can get more good roles.
I loved Ed TV.
Yeah.
I thought that movie was awesome.
It's all right.
Dazed and Confused, obviously. Mm-hmm. And it's like he went on a run before where he was doing like pretty good movies.
He did the, what is it?
A Time to Kill.
A Time to Kill,
which
yeah. That was like his first,
awesome, man.
because he wasn't like, he started out in like Angels in the Outfield and junk like that. And then he came in and he was like A Time to Kill. You're like, oh man, this kid's all right.
This guy's good.
And then he became the rom-com guy, right? He was like in a movie with Kate Hudson every other year.
Failure to Launch and 10 How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days or whatever.
More like Failure to Read the Script before you sign your contract, McConaughey.
No, dude, I can't blame him. Like he was this good-looking guy, and Hollywood was like, "Hey, you want to make like $5 million and like on this brainless movie?"
I mean, I guess, but
7 times, I'd be like,
he didn't even get like the hot chicks in the movie with him. Like if he was like in the movie and it was like, the hottest chicks in Hollywood and him, you'd be like, all right.
Oh, the one he did with
that's probably his real life.
He did that one with Horseface, Sarah Jessica Parker, who's just not hot.
No way.
I don't know why they still put her in movies.
If I had the choice, man, I would tie the rope around her. I'd walk her out behind the barn and old yeller her. You know what I mean?
She can't act. She's not hot, and she
No.
has one of the most annoying voices I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Just get real. You know?
I'm with you.
I'd rather watch like anything else. Like the arm wrestling show we watched today. Like that's way better.
Heath can, have his beef with True Detective, but if Heath watches Game of Arms and doesn't like that, we're gonna have to fist fight when I go back to Indiana.
That was my first viewing tonight.
I'm not a big like reality TV show guy, but I saw this one and was instantly like, oh Jesus, they've struck gold.
So it's a show. It's a reality show. If you haven't, it's called Game of Arms.
AMC.
And it's like all of these clubs of arm wrestlers that travel.
Which I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah. Like I thought people just spontaneously did that in bars, like when they were drunk. I didn't know like people like they have to like get memberships and like drive to hang out in like a place where like all they do is arm wrestle.
Yeah, they perpetually live over the top.
Right. Yeah. It's so weird.
What was the one guy's name? Cobra Rhodes.
Cobra Rhodes.
It said like it pops their names up and he's like shows him like lifting weights and like doing one arm pull ups and they're like Cobra Rhodes, Master Chef.
Yeah, his job was gourmet chef.
Gourmet chef.
Because like you kind of get it. Like the team in Louisiana on the show tonight, they're like, drunk on a 4-wheeler and like really fat guy who's like a farmer, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. And then they show just this bad to the bone black dude with like long dreads, and he's just like chanting, he's like, I'm ready to arm wrestle now, and he's so mad, and then it's like gourmet chef. And then the one dude was like, Cobra's a legend, but you know what they say about legends? All legends have to end. Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't think.
I think that's exactly why they're legends, is because their story lasts so long.
I think like part of the connotation of legend is that it's eternal. It lasts forever.
Like the legend of Michael Jordan, it's like, oh, he retired? Quit talking about that guy. He's done. Let's forget all of that.
And then he went on to be like, yeah, my teacher was like, the world needs ditch diggers too. And I was like, okay, it makes sense that you don't know what a legend, you're an idiot.
Exactly.
So. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you're just kicking ass in arm wrestling, how smart do you really need to be?
But they get like
in this world
amped. Like what I love too is the showdowns where it's just two guys across this little table and they're just like, it literally looks like they might explode. Like the third like henchman, right? In Big Trouble in Little China, when he just goes and he like expands and blows up. Like that's what these guys look like. Like they're all so amped.
Oh yeah.
And like the matches last like maybe 2 seconds. So it's like this.
Well, they do
epic,
like best out of 5, right? On each one or something like that?
Yeah, it's best out of 3, best out of 5, something like that. Yeah. But they just get so amped for like 2 seconds and they have to like walk away and like re-amp themselves up. And then they arm wrestle for 2 seconds and walk away. And it's just like this ridiculous like ritual. You know what I was wondering too when we watched it? Like, did you notice there's like a crowd of people like sitting around watching them?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I'm like,
it's all the other arm wrestlers.
But no, there were like girls and stuff there too.
There were girls there?
You think you get groupies just because you can arm wrestle?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, yeah. They made a whole movie about it. Stallone
the prize money on the table. They're like, we're going to win big cash prize today. It was like $1,000.
Split 4 ways.
Yeah. And I'm like, which team traveled?
Well, the one dude.
Whichever team traveled, right? It's a 4-man team who then traveled, even in a car, you're like, well, now we're down to like $700 between 4 guys. Like, thank God we're all farmers and nowhere.
Well, the one that was like, that dude was like 160 pounds. And he had to arm wrestle this guy that was like, what was he, 430 pounds?
430, 440, yeah.
His calves were bigger around than my entire body.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's a behemoth, and he whips his ass the first 2.
The 160 guy just wrecks
the 160 guy wrecks this 430-pound guy 2 times in a row. It's the best out of 5. And he walks away, and Cobra comes up, and Cobra's like in his face, like, "You got this, son!" Like Ray Lewis is pumping up his team for the fucking Super Bowl or something.
He did have this weird philosophy.
And he's about to win $250. Yeah. Like, you got this, and then
you got this. You're the equivalent of a minimum wage worker.
So the 170-pound guy walks back to the table, and Cobra's still like trying to pump him up a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know how you give like inspirational messages to your teammates at any given time?
Well, not me.
He was. I don't either.
I don't believe in inspiring my team.
People do though.
Yeah, dorks.
Yeah, dorks inspire people.
I inspire them with my badassness.
But Cobra's sitting there and he's trying to like get across the point of like, don't be intimidated. It's the same thing you've always done. But the analogy he used at that point, he goes, "Same soup, just reheated, brother." And I was like,
He brought it back to the chef.
yeah, he just really plays out this gourmet chef role.
But also, like, I love how he's like, "Don't worry about it." I'm like, well, yeah, worst case scenario, my arm goes down in like 2 seconds. It's not like I'm going into like the octagon or like I'm gonna get my arm broken. Like, what's the worst that happens?
Like, what is that? Like, he's a chef. Like, does he only think in food-related analogies?
I think so. But he had that weird philosophy too, where he's like, when I'm at this arm wrestling table, like, I cannot think of my children. And I'm like, yeah, because the matches are like 1 second. Like, by the time you are forming a thought, the match is over. Like, yeah, the match
You've
is
already
faster.
slammed the guy's
it's
hand.
faster than the neurons can travel in your brains. Like, of course you can't think. And then you got the farmer guy who said it's hard to put together sentences. Like, he's not thinking. Like, it's just, it really got me thinking, though. I was, like, really confused. I'm like, do you think there are other, like, weird underground sports like that, like, all over the place? Or do you think it's just, like,
There has
arm
to
wrestling?
be.
Like, when we actually went to spring training, we found out Coco Crisp is like a hardcore table tennis guy.
Ping pong, yeah.
Yo, he said,
Well, yeah,
it's
he
table
calls
tennis.
it table tennis.
Like real
He's
ping
a
pongers,
pro.
I guess.
Like, he's an outfit and everything.
Yeah, he has like I mean, what did he say? He's like,
But-
I chopped down the tree I made my panel out.
Yeah, but it has to be the same thing, because he showed us that picture, and it was like this immaculate club where people just gathered to play table tennis.
Right.
And that can't be the only one in the U.S. Like, those
Right.
have to be everywhere.
And that's crazy because he's actually like a pro athlete.
Yeah.
Like, but he also plays table tennis.
I got owned at ping
Well,
pong.
I mean, what
by
else
Reddick.
is there? You think I don't know. Like everything gets a show now, though. Like, I'm sure there's like a beer pong, like game of beer, or like whatever.
You know what else happened at spring training? Griffey got so drunk one night that his foot fell asleep for like 6 days.
Yeah, it was horrible.
And
Dude.
it just woke up.
It just woke up.
Have you ever been that drunk that your foot fell asleep for just like 6 days?
Yeah, dude. I think it's a medical thing, though. I think I broke my diabetes. Yeah. So, like, I'm not sure. Like, we got so drunk last night that my fucking 2 fingers are numb today. So, like, I think I'm, like, on the verge of, like, a massive retirement here. I'm going to have all this free time. Maybe I'll start arm wrestling. I don't know.
It's been a weird week. We did a marathon recording last night of Josh's other podcast, Booze Buddies, and
Nick was on the Booze
we
Buddies.
just got stupid drunk. The other night, we went out with Englebert Humperdinck's son. Like, I can't make that up. Griffey and I went and partied in Hollywood with the son of Englebert Humperdinck.
Yeah. I fell asleep outside
that?
under a tree, like on rocks at his place. But yeah, I was thinking about that today too. I'm like, what? Like, what have I been doing all week? I'm like, recovering. Like, that's all I've had time
I get
to
it.
do.
Like, I text Griffey, and it's like, what was it, Wednesday or something?
Yeah, days don't matter.
And it's
to me
like,
anymore.
I was just bored. I was sitting at home and I was bored. And I think we had some writing or something to do. And I was just going to be like, text you, be like, hey, you want to write or something? So I text Griffey and he texts back. I'm like, what are you doing? And he texts back, hanging out with Englebert Humperdinck's son. I was like, well, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Like, I'm not missing that.
Can't miss rock stars, dude. Or at least the seed of rock stars. But no, he's on a tour now. They're doing the Legend of Greatness or Shadow of Greatness. It's like him and Marvin Gaye's son and
Yeah.
I think Sean Lennon, like all these guys who's like had like famous rock dads are like having their own tour.
But
so
it's
he
like,
was out to celebrate.
there's certain things that you just can't say. Like, if I text you and you're like, I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, I don't know, watching Beethoven's Second. I was like, I'll probably just stay at home.
See, that's when I would get out of bed.
But at any point, if somebody throws out, just hanging out with Englebert Humperdinck's son, like, no matter where I'm at, I'm getting up.
Oh yeah, well that's kind of the way I live my whole life. Like I don't want to be that pathetic douche that's like, I'm afraid of ruining my life and diabetes, so like I'm not gonna have like great stories.
I think
like,
even
what's the point of that?
I think even if Englebert Humperdinck weren't a famous rock star before, and you just told me you were hanging out with somebody named Englebert Humperdinck, I'd be like, I have to go meet this guy, because normal humans don't just have that name if they're not some sort of great. You know? Like, you can't just
it was a good time.
You can't walk around with that name, with the last name Humperdinck, and not be awesome at something in your life.
That's right.
You can't.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. This diabetes being broken, man. This sucks. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all my time. But you know,
we got plenty. We got plenty to fill. Like I said,
three of my fingers are working pretty well today, so that's good.
Yeah, that's real good.
You know, I'm living the dream. I set high standards for my life.
Dude, we're gonna die soon. Our bodies. Griffey and I played an all-day softball tournament on Saturday, and our bodies basically shut down after 3 games. I got
It was that weird moment. You're like, I'm playing a game for like 8-year-old girls, and like I'm just wrecked.
No, we went out. Yeah, we went out for beers afterwards. And like I couldn't walk. I couldn't put any weight on my left foot. And progressively throughout the day, my foot just like stopped hurting because at first I was like, what did I do? Did I pull a muscle? Like, did I break something? And I pull my sock off. No swelling. Eventually by nighttime, my foot's good because I've been laying around all day. And it was really, I think it was just my foot being like, hey, you fat, lazy fuck. like, stop doing so much physical activity. This hurts.
It was kind of, we had that pathetic moment too where we got out of the car and we're like, oh, we're so sore. And then we had that, we like kind of looked at each other. We're like, yeah, we're badass. Like it was, you were like, I haven't had a sports injury in a decade. And it's like, yeah, what happened to you? Like playing athletics with other men. And I got dirty and hurt. It made us feel really cool.
We won the first game. So I was feeling pretty good.
I was feeling
pretty good. And then we go and we basically play like the Marlins.
Yeah.
Guys that aren't really good enough to be in the MLB, but they are anyway.
Yeah.
It was basically like the Marlins lineup that we played.
We had that pathetic, we played 2 games and we had 1 run each game.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not like the pitcher was good. Like he throws it in like that. Like, please hit this as hard as you can.
Well, we were playing the second field we played on was like, it's like 380 in center.
Yeah.
And these dudes were just like dinging them off the wall, no problem. Like, yep, see ya.
Yeah.
Like I hit the first game, I hit that one. It was like 296 down the line. I hit it like maybe 280. And I was like, damn, I got a hold of that one. And these dudes are just fucking cranking like
100 feet more.
350 footers with ease.
I remember we walked out and their whole team was like 6'5", like at the shortest. I'm like, what is this? Like, we're going to play basketball or something? Like, what the fuck? And they just proceeded to just like stretch our holes out real bad.
We got dominated.
Yeah, then we were just emotionally crushed. We got dominated again. Our fat bodies were just giving out on us. It was
the third game, everybody.
I think arm wrestling's where it's at though. Dude. That's literally like one muscle and like one move.
I know.
I think we should just get into it.
We should. Yeah. Do you have to?
We should invite another podcast, like find like the nerdiest podcast and like challenge them to an arm wrestling.
My question is, hey, we're challenging this podcast,
and it's all going to be audio, so we can just say we won.
In arm wrestling, like you go to those matches, and what if I have to face it because I'm right-handed, but what if the guy I'm facing is left-handed?
That's a good point.
Like who gets to pick which arm or do you just viciously work out both arms and be like, I don't give a fuck which way I have to go?
I think you probably viciously work out both arms.
Because I think my strategy would be to just basically just work this guy out. Jack
arm.
Off all day.
Like that
lift weights with
that guy in Lady in the Water.
Yeah.
The worst movie of all
just
time.
Just have one raging arm and just fucking dominate people. And the other hand hold burritos. Well, I
mean, they get a couple 20s and some groupies. That's a good life. Like I think we could forge ahead in that world.
Yeah. But you know what else? I did have a little bit of a beef with the arm wrestling show because they basically kind of set it up like fight clubs. They have like, it's like these little clubs, like one's in Kansas City, one's in New Orleans.
Yeah, the first show was like Northern California and New York City.
Yeah, like we're going to go to Kansas City and play that club. But they totally bitch out because clearly their first rule is not don't talk about arm wrestling club because all they do is talk about arm wrestling club.
All they talk about.
That's all they talk about.
I love every time they show like the wives of the arm wrestlers. They're just always cooking like
slaving. It's like an 80s movie. The wife's like
kids
come on, honey.
And she's like wrangling kids and cooking and the guy's like, when I'm focusing on the table, brother. And she's just like, God damn it. My mom was right. Like, I shouldn't have married this guy. Like, the hell was I thinking?
It's like an 80s movie. The lady's in there just slaving. The guy's like, why is the damn dinner cold? Yeah. She's like, sorry.
I got a protein load for my big pull. That's what I like, too. They have lingo. They call it pulling.
Yeah. Oh, he pulled him real quick.
Yeah, I pulled his ass. No big deal.
Is that what you did? Is you pulled him?
Yeah, I was like, pulling means a completely different thing apparently where I'm from.
I call it smash because you're smashing. It's like a smash. It's been a long time since I've arm wrestled anybody. It was like when you're like 8th grade and shit. You do it at the lunch table all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll arm wrestle you. But as a grown adult, I don't think I've just walked around and arm wrestled people.
It's been a really long while for me.
I'd probably get dominated. I'm not gonna lie.
I sucked at arm wrestling back then. Like I don't know if I'd be any good now. I doubt it.
Have you ever done it on like the official arm wrestling table?
No, I've never done it on an official table.
I want to try it sometime with the grip.
I feel like we should make this happen.
I feel like we should start a circuit around like start grade schools and just whip some kids' ass, and while we're lifting weights. But it also feeds our ego. Makes us feel better about ourselves, just whipping 12-year-olds' asses.
Hey, dude, I anything I win against anyone, I would feel great.
And then we make the kids come on the road with us and just yell over the top.
Yeah.
We drive them around in semis.
You have to turn your hat backwards.
I think that's kidnapping. That sounds terrible, actually. We're going to go to jail for that.
Dude. I'd go to jail to be a badass arm wrestler.
Yeah, we're bad people. We're bad people. We'll fight. Speaking of bad people.
Yeah. I want to get to this one.
I've been waiting to get to this. What is he, like a Republican?
All right, so the story goes, the guy's name is Pat Garofalo, right?
Garofalo? Like Janine Garofalo?
It's not an A, though. It's an O. Garofalo.
Garofalo.
Whatever. This guy's a piece of scum. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. But, yeah, he's a Republican member of the Minnesota House of Representatives, right? So he sent out a tweet. It looks like he sent it today. And it said, let's be honest, 70% of the NBA teams could fold tomorrow. And I'm reading the tweet. I'm like, absolutely. Like, you know, the NBA stinks now. It's mostly because of too many teams in cities I've never heard of. Like, that's fine. But then he has to follow it up with, nobody would notice a difference with the possible exception of an increase in street crime. So pretty much like his theory is like, right, they'd like chain up the door and all the black athletes would go, well, time to loot. Like, that's it. Like, they're just going to go down and start robbing liquor stores.
That's a hell of a jump. Like, he's like, he just sat there and thought, like, what's in the NBA? And he's like, well, a lot of black guys.
Yeah.
He goes, so if we kick them out of the league, what's their first option? No, like,
he's like, it's the only way to keep us safe.
In my mind, I think, like, well, they're world-class athletes, so they'll probably just go try to find another sport.
They'll probably just go become an arm wrestling club.
Yeah, dominate somebody else in another sport. And his first leap is like, yep, they're going to start street riots and fucking raid donut shops.
Yeah, rapes and thieving. That's all they're going to do.
And he's like, it surprised me a ton.
Apparently, though, I think as of now, this has been up for almost a day, I believe. Still hasn't removed it.
He hasn't removed it? Wow.
I think I saw one of the listeners of the show,
he's got huge nuts.
He still has not removed the tweet.
That's huge nuts.
Big nuts.
At least he's got some fucking integrity behind it. He might be a dirty racist.
Very little brain.
But at least he's shameless about
it. Very little brain, a lot of nuts.
Yeah.
But at first, like, I thought it was just like another of these. That's been a big topic this week about, you know, these guys coming out and essentially saying the NBA is at its lowest quality level of all time.
You think so?
Well, no, it's been a thing on ESPN all week, right? Like, Barkley was in on it. A lot of, like, the old-timers were in on it. Like, Jay Billis was saying that. And it's based on this, like, making college kids stay in school, right? To play basketball. But their theory is kids are coming out too fast. They're not in their proper bodies. They haven't had enough training with, like, actual staffs and competition to adjust to the high level. And then you mix that with the too many teams.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's 3 super teams and, like, everyone else is watered down garbage. And I was like, yeah, I get it. Like, that makes sense. And I thought it was a tweet about that. Because I'm like, I agree. I think the NBA is pretty much a joke nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't think the NBA even holds a candle to, like, even the 90s, right? Like, the 90s to me was, like, maybe the best era of basketball.
I agree. I love.
And then, like, out of nowhere, it's like everything just fell apart. And then, but then it's like he lost me when he's like, "Oh yeah, and I'm a huge racist."
A huge racist.
Yeah. But what a fucking. I mean, Jesus. Like,
it surprised the hell out of me when you told me it was from Minnesota, because when you first read me the tweet, I was like, oh, Alabama's back at it.
Yeah.
Here comes the dirty.
Right.
Not a surprise. Down there, they're like, yeah, that's probably about right.
Well, I mean, let's be real. Like, probably anyone who's not on the Timberwolves, the Twins, or the Vikings probably is a white person.
Yeah.
In that state.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got Rubio and Kevin Love, like Rubio, the dirty European, and
oh yeah, he probably hates that guy.
Kevin Love. There used to be this old GIF. You can probably find it, but it was when Kevin Love was on the Olympic team, and we won. And it's like fucking LeBron and Dwayne Wade and all the other players and shit. Like, the whole team. It's everybody except for Kevin Love, basically. And they're all just fucking, like, going nuts. And Kevin Love's just standing there like this. and like, the background or whatever. And I guarantee that, was he a senator? He looks at that and he's like, I love Kevin Love. You know,
I like how Kevin Love doesn't dance.
I like how
public.
he handles himself. It makes me feel better about being a racist. You know, like... God, dude, and everybody else in Minnesota's like, oh no, I wish you wouldn't have said that about.
I don't know about that, man. These guys elected him. Do you think a guy who, like, has that little brain power, like, you think he was out, like, campaigning and he never let another little nugget slip? Like,
no.
What are you gonna do to make my neighborhood safe? I'm gonna put up a fence to keep out the blacks. And then they're all like, wait, what'd he say? But actually, that's a good idea. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and then
there's no way this guy didn't say other racist shit.
And
like,
then he comes back. And then he comes back the next day and he goes, "Just so you know, I stand behind my comments still." Like, at least he's not one of those idiots that just says shit and deletes. He's like, "My account got hacked."
Oh yeah.
He's like, "No, I'm just racist. I'm gonna keep it up."
I don't think that's an improvement though. It's like, would you rather have the idiot who's like, "Oh, I've seen the error of my ways and I'm going to try to get better," or you like the guy who's just like, "Nope, totally believe it."
No,
like the belligerent, like won't let information in idiot.
I listen. Okay, I don't advocate racism. It's fucking terrible. I think racists are like the most ignorant fucking people in the world. But no matter what like platform it is that you stand on, fucking stand on it. If you're a racist, just fucking stand on and be a racist. We'll all fucking throw stones at you.
It makes it easier to know who to hate and not
and beat the hell out of you. But I can't stand the people that like.
Are we racist? Like, if we hate racists, we're like.
No.
We're prejudiced.
No.
We're prejudiced towards them.
Yeah, but fuck them.
It's reverse racism.
They're idiots.
We're self-loathing.
Right. But what
racist haters.
like I can't stand the people that like send out a racist tweet like that and then they delete it and then they're like
tweets are
they're like, "Oh, I didn't mean to. My account got bullshit, dude. You're just a fucking racist." Like just if you're going to be it, own it.
The guy who sent out, I think it was a racist tweet or it's either racist or sexist. I can't remember. He was in the House of Representatives on the national level, right?
Yeah.
He sent out this like really like stupid tweet that got everyone mad, and he's like, no big deal. He's like, sometimes my phone turns on in my pocket. He like said he sent a butt tweet, and I'm like, wait, so you sat on
perfect grammar?
Yeah, perfect punctuation and grammar. You're like, your ass can do that. Like, if so, you shouldn't be in the House of Representatives. Like, you should be traveling and making money off this. That's an amazing talent. But I mean, I don't know. It is hard because like everything we say. Like, anyone says anything today, like, you're offending someone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, especially our other podcast, Booze Buddies, we get a little drunk and we get a little blue with the humor.
Right.
As you know now.
Yeah. A little blue.
We get all the time, people are like, wow, man, you guys get really fucking weird and, like, whatever. And it's like, I mean, I don't think you can be one of those guys that, you know, you can't spend your whole life worrying about offending people because it's just inevitable. But at the same time, you also don't have to be like, hey, I did it on purpose and I believe it. You can at least show a little contrition and be like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
What's that, South Park? Sorry.
Yeah, but the people that, like, if he comes out and apologizes, that's a fucking empty apology. Like, he doesn't mean it. In his heart, he's a racist. Like you said, I just want to know who to hate.
Maybe.
So if you're going to be on...
Also, I like his math, too, right? He's like, guys are going to get cut from the NBA and start committing crimes. Like, you realize those guys probably have more money than you.
Yeah,
like,
way
those
more.
Those guys are rich.
Yeah, half of the NBA, doesn't matter who they are. If they just, like, if they're like, you can't play, and we're like, fuck it, I have a huge house and, like, 30 mil in the bank. I'll just chill. And
all the black guys are probably loaded. The only broke ones are, like, the white guys.
Yeah, and still have a better life than you. Like, even though I can't
just
play.
Such a ridiculous, like...
such a stupid...
But I'll bet, but this is the thing, like man. In that pool, though... Like, the people that elected him, he might actually be more popular. Because
you know who I'd be more worried about if they just, like, stopped the league? It'd be hockey players. Because those dudes are fucking, like...
They're violent.
They don't give a fuck about anything. Like, those people probably would just start raping and... It'd be like the Viking.
At least they'd go back to Canada before they did it.
Like, Canada would be done for. If they're like, you can't play hockey anymore. You're like, oh, fuck this. What's that about?
Oh, Lord, call the Mounties.
Oh, I don't like that. That's bullshit.
Oh, that's Bush League. And then they just start getting knocked out. Oh, no, who let all these hockey players go? It's like The Walking Dead, but just with all the hockey players returning home.
It'd actually be pretty awesome. I kind of am rooting for that now. Just let's pull some strings, get hockey canceled. Nothing against hockey. I just want to see.
Now that I live in a city where I have a team that I fell in love with years ago.
Well, it's not. I don't have anything against hockey. I don't have a beef. The Kings.
Go Kings, baby.
Woo! The Kings. Griffey loves the Kings, but I just want to see those goons walking around just beating the hell out of people. And
just like the movie Goon.
And speaking in Canadian dialect. Oh, can't believe you canceled it. That's
I wish they would talk like the actual Canadians in like South Park, the game we were just playing.
Oh, I wish too. Who let these Americans?
It's the best video game of all time.
It really is. If you guys haven't played the South Park video game,
The Stick of Truth,
just
came out Tuesday. That's the other thing. When me and Nick were not drinking, but just hungover. That's how we spent our week, was just crushing the South Park
Pretty much, like hungover video game playing. Griffey's wife's out of town.
It's been like, my wife left to go back to visit her family, and it's kind of been this like weird, like we've become like college roommates again. Like we've just devolved back.
That's kind of.
It is shocking, like how fast I can fall back into like these terrible.
I feel like you learned exactly what your life is going to be like if Amy ever wises up and leaves you.
Oh man,
you're like, well, I know what I'll do now.
I definitely learned to kiss the boot this week. You know what I mean? Like when she comes back, I got to toe the damn line. Yeah. It's like I can't. This is the thing. Like I can't have any more beer. I can't eat another chili cheese burrito from Taco Bell. Like I can't stare at video games anymore. Like my life is like melted right now. Like everything's wrecked.
You're walking around with like a dead foot, a dead hand, crushing burritos.
I've probably had 23 chili cheese burritos since we found them in Arizona. We like stopped on the road and we're like, chili cheese burritos are back. I've probably thrown down about 30 in the next like week.
I've never seen somebody more excited. We were like driving out of Arizona back to LA and we stopped at a Taco Bell. And Griffey's looking at the menu like, yeah, I'll have one of those. Oh my God, chili cheese burritos?
It's the best. This is the thing. Like, I can't believe there are all these like these fools, these like grown children, pitiful intellects out there. They like get excited about the McRib.
Oh yeah.
Like the Mick, like whatever DNA they can throw into like that little patty compressor. Gross. Like the real treat is when the chili cheese burrito comes back, and people just don't get as amped for that as the McRib, and they should. The chili cheese burrito, for my money, might be the greatest thing on any fast food menu ever.
Ooh,
I love it.
Ooh.
What's your favorite fast food item ever?
Ever? Oh man, that's a tough one. I grew up on fast food like a real American. No, but I used to just fucking love Quarter Pounders.
Yeah,
which is a pretty basic burger, but I used to just
basic. See, that's what
like
I'm
when
saying.
I was in high school, like before any sporting event, I'd go to McDonald's and get like 3 Quarter Pounders and just crush them.
What were those things called? Hot and Nows or Hot and Ready?
Hot and Ready.
Yeah,
Hot
we
and
used
ready.
to go after track, and you can get like the 28-cent burgers. Yeah. I don't know. To me though, it's
I used to be able to huck down like 10 McChickens at one time too.
Oh yeah. I think the only 2 things though that like merit like remembering out of, and like you'll track them down specifically for me, were the chili cheese burrito, and for some reason the Wendy's Frosty.
Oh,
like
Wendy's,
whatever's in that milkshake specifically makes it so much better.
Wendy's Frosty is a legendary fast food item.
You know what I mean? I think for me, if we're doing a Mount Rushmore of...
Maybe that's what we should do today.
Is that our Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore of like the best fast food menu items ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
And does it matter if you're drunk?
No, but that's probably like...
That's when I
now
eat most
anymore,
of my fast
like
food.
As an adult, I've kind of strayed from fast food,
Yeah.
and like 95% of the time when I eat it now is when I'm drunk.
I'm going to look it
Like
up.
the occasional day where I'm like, I don't feel like cooking, I'd run to fucking wherever, Subway or whatever.
Right.
But when I'm drunk, dude, Taco Bell just rings in my head. It's almost like I have like this person that lives inside of my head that only comes alive when I'm drunk. And as soon as I get drunk, he just stands in my head. He's like, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, now, loser, Taco Bell. And I'm like, fuck, I'm going.
Yeah. No, dude, that's been my entire week, like every day this week. But yeah, dude, you remember when KFC came out? They did that. They had that thing where they're just like, you know what? Let's cut the nonsense. Like we're gonna put everything you ordered into one little cup. So it's like your potatoes, your corn, your little like chicken nuggets, and like gravy, and they just put it in like one bowl, so you could literally get it and like mix it up. It was like a bucket of slop. It's like they literally are treating us like farm animals at this point.
Well, then they were like, "What's everybody in this like no carb diet?" No problem, we'll ditch the bun. What are we going to use instead? 2 deep-fried, terrible, like, 1,000,000-calorie chicken breasts.
Did you eat one, though?
I've never had a double down.
Yeah, it was like...
Never had a double down.
With, like, more sandwich and, like, bacon and shit in the middle and, like, 2 chicken patty buns.
Yeah.
I gotta say, delicious.
Delicious. I've had plenty of those bowls, though, back in the day.
Yeah, the slop bowls.
Yeah, dude. Shit, man, I probably ate like 3 of those a week in college.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was the Kentucky Fried Chicken right there, man. The KFC, shit.
Yeah.
Used to mac
KFC
on those.
does it proper, man.
KFC's not bad.
But this is the thing. Like, I like fast food restaurants that know what they are and they play into it, right? Like, the thing I hate, it's kind of like you don't like the empty apology racist, right? Yeah. I don't like the healthy fast food thing. Like,
I don't. Although I do like Subway, and it's really not that healthy, though.
I mean, yeah, Subway, it's like no one should eat a foot of bread ever. Like, that's just nonsense.
That's true.
Like, you shouldn't eat that much bread. Like, grab one of those buns and hold it up to your stomach, and like you can just like if what you're holding up is actually bigger than your torso, you're like, this is wrong. Like, I've made a mistake. But like, I hate that like when you go to McDonald's now because they got slammed by Super Size Me, right?
Right.
They took away all their like super stuff. Now they're like, here, have like fruit. And I'm like, I don't want your gas station level fruit cup. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want your grilled chicken, like artisan bullshit. Like, you're a fast food burger joint.
I agree.
And that's what I love about like KFC and Taco Bell is they just steer right into it.
Yeah.
Like they're just like, we're going to make things fucking grosser.
Yeah.
Like actually Jack in the Box does that too. They have some of the most disgusting items on their menu.
Dude, the other night, actually when we hung out with Humperdinck's son, I crushed some Jack in the Box. They have the ultimate cheeseburger, dude. It took me all of like 4 seconds to pound it.
Oh yeah.
I crushed it. But you're right, it's just they're one of the worst. It's just terrible food.
God, it's horrible, but like when you're drunk, you're like, it's the best.
When I drive by Jack in the Box when I'm sober, I'm like, God, that looks horrible.
Yeah.
And then when I get drunk, Taco Bell guy's like, Taco Bell, and I'm like, dude, there's no taco. He's like, fuck it, Jack in the Box. Let's go.
All right.
Fuck it. They got tacos too.
That's what I'm saying, man. The chili cheese burrito is back.
All right.
It's ruining my life.
Let's Mount Rushmore it. Here.
Okay.
So we're gonna do
chili cheese burrito #1.
That's your first Rushmore item for fast food. I'm gonna do the quarter pounder.
Okay.
I'm gonna staple it onto my Rushmore.
Gross, but okay.
Not well.
Frosty #2 for me.
Ooh, Frosty #2. I'm gonna go with McDonald's chicken nuggets.
McNuggets would be on mine too. They'd be third. Only because when I saw, like, I was the weird guy. Like, I saw the pink slime thing. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, that's gross.
They were in the factory. Like, here's the disgusting mix, and it has like ammonia and like formaldehyde and shit in it. I think
it's disgusting.
And
dude.
I saw it, and I was the guy that was like, don't care. Like, I'm in. Like, I'm the guy, like, I'm notorious. Like, I was working a job last week, and I went out and got my huge, like, Angus burger, and I was like, you know what? I'm a little extra hungry today. I was like, why don't you go ahead and throw on 40 more McNuggets? And I crushed 40 McNuggets and a large cheeseburger and fry combo.
You're watching that show with the pink slime, and you're like, damn, how do they make that taste so good?
Yeah, exactly. Well, dude, this is the thing, man.
That's incredible.
Fast food has us beat now. Like, that shit is made by scientists with, like, chemicals to, like, make me think it's good and make me addicted. Like, they win, dude. I tap out.
Okay. So you're putting the nuggets on #3.
Yeah.
So I've got to pick a third one. I'm going to go with the Whopper.
The Whopper.
Big fan of the Whopper. Yep.
You just have 2, like, generic burgers on yours, though.
Yeah, but they're legendary fast food.
Are they?
Items, yeah.
Ugh, come on, man. That shit is weak. Now, #4, this is a tough one for me. This is a tough one. I think I might go KFC slop bucket, though. I like it because it just embodies everything fast food is. Like, we're just going to throw all this shit together in a bowl and feed you like a pig.
I lied. I'm gonna change my #3 from the Whopper.
Okay.
To the cheesy gordita crunch.
Ooh.
At Taco Bell.
What do you think about the Doritos Locos?
They're cool, but
it's a good gimmick.
Yeah, it's a good gimmick.
It's a good gimmick.
Yeah.
Did you see now, though, that Doritos has released a Doritos Locos Taco Dorito? And you're like, what the fuck? It's like a weird Inception thing. Like, it's piling back in on itself.
It's at level 2 already.
Yeah, it's like, wait, you made a chip that tastes like your chip with taco on it? Like, I'm pretty sure that's already existed.
Cheesy Crunch Gordita has got to be on there for me.
It's good.
It might be.
I think you're missing the epicness, though.
No, I don't think so. My #4, my #4 is going to be the double at In-N-Out animal style.
Double animal style?
Double animal style.
In-N-Out's pretty good.
It's
In-N-Out has the secret menu.
In-N-Out's
awesome.
Yeah, that's like the animal styles on the secret menu, and they have a couple other things. But you put that animal sauce and all the weird shit on that burger, and it's fucking amazing. I don't care really for In-N-Out outside of that.
I think you just did like 3 burgers though.
No, I didn't. I did
2 burgers, nuggets, and a crunch. Gordita crunch.
Cheesy gordita crunch.
I think I crushed you. I think Team Griffey got this.
What was your 4th one?
My 4th one was the slot bucket.
No,
the
slot
KFC
bucket,
bucket in a bowl or meal in a
Okay, so
bucket,
I had quarter pounder. I got chicken McNuggets. I got the cheesy gordita crunch.
I'm getting fucking
and
hungry
an
now.
Animal style double. I know. And what were your 4 again?
Chili cheese burrito.
Okay.
The Frosty. Also chicken nuggets, but only in at least 40 to 50 at a time.
Right.
And then what was my 4th one? What did I say? Meal in a bowl.
So we tie on the nuggets because we both have that. I'm gonna concede and give you the Frosty because Frosty is one of the legendary.
It's the best.
I crush you on the chili cheese burrito.
Not even a chance.
And I crush you on the slop bowl.
I think I win.
No, I'm pretty sure I won.
It's fine. It's over. It's fine.
So let's.
You know what? I had another defeat today, though.
What's that?
You want to get to like one more thing?
Yeah, on the same topic.
On the same topic, go for it.
Well, I was gonna say, like, now that we've got the Rushmore of menu items, why don't we rank the top 5 fast food joints? Like, if you had to ranking
fast food joints. Taco Bell is the best fast food joint ever.
I'm gonna agree with you there.
It's the best. It's not.
So
even
we'll call
close.
that number one. I'm gonna call Taco Bell number one.
Right.
Fucking love that place.
Yeah.
Especially drunk. What's number two?
White Castle.
Ooh, see, White Castle's not on my top 5.
It's gross and it's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It takes a certain palate, but like once you figure it out, like it's hard to find.
I used to live with this dude in Indianapolis, and I mean, like all we did was drink. We're like 22. We didn't have any responsibility yet in our lives. And he used to just like bring home Crave cases.
Oh yeah, dude.
Almost every night that we got drunk, he's like, "Fuck it, I'm getting a Crave case."
You can eat like 20 of those burgers.
Yeah, he'd fucking mac on like 15 of them, and then reheat the other 5 in the morning for breakfast.
I think I'm starting to figure out why I'm diabetic though.
Our apartment perpetually smelled like a White Castle. Like I was ashamed to bring girls over there. They'd come over like, "What's that smell?" I'd be like, "Little burgers with onions on them."
Little disgusting burgers that make you shit your brains
So
out.
you got White Castle number 2.
I like them when they play into the curve, man.
Man,
I love that.
I think number 2. Let's see. Number 2, I'd probably. I mean, it's cliche, but I'm probably just gonna throw McDonald's up there. McDonald's has a lot that I could crush some nuggets when I'm drunk.
Number 3 though, I would go In-N-Out. See, that's why McDonald's doesn't make it to me. Like if I like the classic burger joint, it's In-N-Out for sure.
Yeah. You've had access to In-N-Out way longer than I have.
It's amazing.
So, yeah. Number 3, ooh, that's a tough one. Number 3, I'm probably going to go, Arby's.
Yeah, that's my number 4.
I love me some beef and cheddar.
Hell yeah, dude.
Not going to lie
Arby's
to you.
is the bomb.
Yeah. So your number 4 is Arby's?
Mm-hmm.
My number 5, oh, man.
What's your number 4?
Or number 4? My number 4, I'm probably going to go Burger King.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. What's your number 5?
What's my number 5? Oh, Jesus. I don't know, man. Does Panda Express count?
Yeah, it does.
Then absolutely Panda Express.
I'm going to agree with you,
For the win!
I'm going to agree with you on Panda Express. I just...
So good.
Not too long ago, I went and had some orange chicken and just crushed it, dude. Oh, it was so good.
I just want to eat a bunch of fast food.
So I won both of the lists.
No way.
Were you wanting to get to one more team or one more thing?
No, I just wanted to... I had a little mini defeat and I was sad, man.
Oh, what's the defeat?
Today I had my fantasy baseball draft. I'm getting all amped up for baseball. We're both big fantasy fans,
I can't wait.
right?
It's almost there.
And I missed out, dude, on drafting Reddick. He was on the podcast last week, so I was like, I'm going to get Josh Reddick. I'm going to try to snag Coco Crisp. But I just got in this weird, like, sabermetric thing where I thought I had him pegged, like, where I could take him, like, half a round early and get him. Someone took him 2 picks before me. I was so let down, dude. I wanted Reddick on my team.
I'm getting him on my team.
First round?
Yeah, probably.
You'll be like, do you want Trout, Miguel Cabrera,
or Josh Reddick?
Like,
give me Reddick. Let's do this.
I kind of wish I'd have done that, dude. I feel like such a schlub. Like I met the guy.
And what if it ends up being like
guest on our podcast? I think he's gonna have a huge year.
He could.
He's been doing really well in spring training.
Yeah, and that lineup. I mean, they brought back a lot of the same lineup as last year. Mm-hmm. So. And Donaldson killed it last year.
No, ESPN was dissing Coco, though, on his projections for this season.
Yeah, well, ESPN doesn't know.
Yeah, they're dummies, dude.
They really are.
I think the A's are going to be a team to reckon with. I would definitely be rooting a lot.
Who's your World Series pick for the year?
Who do I think early has the best chance?
Yep.
To tell you the truth, man, like, I hate them so much because they're in our division, but, like, I think the Cardinals are just tough, dude.
Cardinals are going to be good.
I think they trimmed a little fat.
You're a Brewers fan. I'm a Reds fan.
Milwaukee Brewers.
So we're in the same
getting
division.
Braun back, but we lost some guys. We brought some in, but we don't have the pitching.
Yeah.
So like we're never like a real threat. Like we had our one shot, we lost in the NLCS to the Cardinals, like idiots.
Yeah, the Reds. We've just underachieved for the last 3 years. Like we've been good, but not up to our potential. My early World Series pick, man. I hate to say it, but. Who was it that picked the Tigers?
ESPN.
ESPN's got the Tigers.
One of their guys.
I'd say they're in my top 3, but the Dodgers are
without
looking tough,
Fielder
man.
though to protect Cabrera. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are tough, but to me the Dodgers
and they lost Peralta too. Johnny Peralta.
The Dodgers have a lot of the problems, right, that the Red Sox had when they had Adrian Gonzalez. I feel like it's a lot of divas.
Yeah, and you can't discount the Red Sox again because they're gonna be fucking solid again this year.
I mean, I think they upgraded too.
Yeah, they did.
They brought in Beltran and AJ Przinsky.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they're going to be looking tough.
AJ Przinsky still rocks the frosted tips.
I kind of like the Texas Rangers this year too.
Rangers are going to be solid.
They brought in some power.
Yeah.
That's a little tiny ballpark. Prince Fielder will probably hit an extra 20 homers there.
Yeah.
And they've got good pitching. Like they've got a solid,
they do have good
they
pitching.
got a solid staff.
They do.
They let Joe Nathan go, but I think they can recover from that with Natali Feliz coming back.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw. I think Cardinals and Dodgers are your NL favorites. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like you never know who's going to rise up.
God, the Cardinals are just.
I'm so sick of the Cardinals.
They just know how to win. It's fucking annoying.
To me, they've got to be just like they are the premier baseball organization.
Yeah,
they've
gotta
been good for a long
like
time.
no matter
they just run their farm system right.
If you hate them or not, you've got to. They're like Michael Jordan.
Guts,
you have to respect them. You know what I mean?
Got to.
Or like LeBron.
It's gross.
Like,
I think those.
You're gonna hate the dude, but you have to respect him.
Yeah, man. I think it's got to be maybe Tigers and.
I wouldn't mind seeing
Tigers and Rangers, man.
The Tigers are like my number 2 team. Well, actually, I like the A's now.
Oh yeah, dude. I love the A's now. They're definitely my second.
Actually, I think the A's have a really good chance of winning the West.
If the A's pitching can keep up, like Sonny Gray and Bartolo can
have good
years again.
Yeah, they've got a good young core, and I mean they're just solid.
When Reddick and Coco have 65 homers each, and they're not on my team, so I'm an idiot.
If Reddick and Coco both hit 65 homers, I'll do weird stuff to you. I'll give you everything I own.
I was gonna say that sounds.
I'll give you everything I own.
I was gonna say
I love them.
I'll call them up and be like, hey, can we go out again? And I'll put both my feet to sleep this time.
But one of my best friends back in Indy is a huge Tigers fan.
Yeah.
So it's like our whole summer, pretty much every year, is just watching like 110 baseball games.
Love it, dude.
And so I watch the Reds, he watches the Tigers, and we just sit there and get drunk and watch.
Yeah, what is it? The Dodgers are playing in Australia this week at some point.
Is it this week?
I think they started off, and then it's like another couple days till opening day.
It's going to be horrible.
I'm ready, dude. I got my MLB
Australians
network.
don't care about baseball.
We got our TV package.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm ready, too. I can't wait. But I can't wait to go up to Oakland and hang out with those fools up there.
I cannot wait to go to Oakland.
It's going to be so badass.
That stadium and those fans are incredible.
I've never.
The stadium's not good, but the fans are incredible.
I've been to 23 major league stadiums. That'll be my 24th. I've never been.
See, I'm actually struggling, dude. I've always thought about that, doing the like baseball stadium trip. I've always wanted to, dude. I never have. I've been to probably like.
But see, 8. Like I've been to some old ones. So like I've been to Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, but I haven't been to the new one.
Right, that park looks awesome.
I've been to Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, but I haven't been to the what is it, Citibank Field or whatever they've got now. So like that, and I've been to the Old Busch Stadium in St. Louis, but I haven't been to the new one.
Right.
So like there's some that I've been to that I need to go back to and see the new stadium.
Right.
So.
Well, here it is. Baseball's back, man.
The best one I've ever been to is San Francisco. AT&T Park.
That park looks
that
incredible.
Place is so badass.
I want to go so bad.
I kind of want to just go over there and try to hit splash hits. But
just hit the water.
But we should just stand at like in the outfield and just crank him into the water, and then tell people that we were at home plate when we hit him.
That'd be awesome.
Opposite field splash hit bombs.
I think I could hit one if I stood like 20 feet from the fence.
Yeah. Maybe. All right. We got to get out of here.
Next week, we're doing the Power Ranger grading.
We're gonna grade the what's it called? The Power Ranger movie.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. We're gonna throw it into grading to see if it is perfect, and then we're gonna give you 3 options next week. We're gonna let you pick the next movie that we grade.
It was listener Derek Arthur on Twitter, I believe, is the one who sent me
Derek's
this.
been hitting us up on Twitter a bunch. The dude's
good fan, good listener.
Been kicking ass. Thanks, Derek. Thanks for the suggestion. We're gonna get it to you next week.
Yeah. Actually, you'd be surprised. When I went out to get the South Park game, I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, do you have the Power Rangers movie? And he looked at me like I was like buying gifts for like my 14-year-old cousin. I was like, yeah, shut up. And he's like, yeah, we don't carry the Power Ranger movie anymore, dude.
I need the South Park video game and the Power Rangers movie.
And can I have a case of 35 Mountain Dews?
And some Squeeze-Its if you got them. Maybe some Dunkaroos.
Yeah, so Derek, keep watching, dude. It's coming next week. We're going to sit down and watch it together and just get real in-depth on Power Rangers.
Yeah, do awesome stuff like that. Thanks for listening this week. We'll see you guys next week here on the Nick Hall Comedy Podcast. Peace.